If you have a Kia, literally return it. Don't even get it.
This is the worst fucking car you could buy ever.
Brand new truck, only has 9,000 fucking miles.
Look at this huge water leak. Look at this. And we have a leak coming from the back too, you can't see here.
Right now, millions of Americans are walking into dealerships and handing back the keys to cars they just bought. And if you've been paying attention, you already know exactly why. Stick around. But first, smash that like button and subscribe, because this one's worth sharing.
So I'm sitting in a brand new Model Y, literally 7 days old. Look at what happens when I try to pull the wheel closer to me. That's not a sound effect. Do you know how badly you have to make this car for it to have this problem? And think about shitty quality control that Tesla probably doesn't have, even after all these cars that they've made. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And this is what everyone's been saying, but somehow no one's been listening, is that the cars made at the Fremont factory have one of the lowest quality of automobiles in the last 20 or 30 years. Hopefully, Austin and Berlin factories are better. And if you buy in one, make sure it's not from Fremont.
Okay, 2025 Jeep Wagoneer. We're currently in drive, coming to a stop sign. We're gonna come to a complete stop. And then, yep, there it went. Completely shuts off. I was in drive, didn't even put the car in park, completely shuts off, and I have to redo it. And then it throws, usually it'll say like power steering. Yep, there it is, right there. If anybody knows what this is, let me know.
All right, here we go again, guys. Can't make this up. I'm driving home. I'm going down Pooler Parkway, and this truck just stops working. So I was driving my truck, and the engine light came on, and I just lost all my forward propulsion. That's the same thing that happened before they addressed this recall and rebuilt this engine. And I had to coast into this side road, and when I try to start the truck, nothing's lit up. It's just, I don't know what's happening. Everything only lights up when I press the button again. But if I try to start it, everything shuts off. This is the same thing that was happening before. Same thing it did before. The propulsion just stops. Everything is on the dashboard. All the propulsion, all the forward propulsion of the engine stops. And it comes on the screen saying, start vehicle. So I coast into where I am now. Luckily, I'm like pretty much right around the corner from my house. I'm right over here by Lowe's. That's where I coasted the vehicle and trying to start it, and it's just cycling. And then it speeds up the cycling. But while it's doing that, nothing's on the dashboard. And when I try to stop, when I stop that, then everything comes on the dashboard, but I have no power to move the vehicle. It won't start. So waiting for a tow truck now. We'll see what happens. So guys, this is a $95,000 truck. Am I really gonna feel confident? Because I drive this truck all over the place, right? Am I really gonna feel confident taking this truck anywhere? Last time it broke down, I was in South Carolina. I was in South Carolina. 3-4 hours away. Now I'm 2 minutes away from my house, but I still have to be inconvenienced. Truck has to be towed. And then it's a waiting process of let's see what's wrong now and how long it's gonna take. And I need this truck for what I do. So I'll keep you guys posted, but GMC, Chevrolet, you gotta get your shit together.
Unfortunately, it's true. 20 years ago, we thought cars were headed toward perfection. Reliable, fuel efficient, practically bulletproof. But the future had other plans.
I realize new cars are getting more expensive. The one thing that really bugs me is if we're going to pay more money, why are they building the cars so cheaply? And you can say inflation and whatnot, but at the end of the day, the materials, everything they're using is cheap. This carpet, if I call it carpet, I can go to Hobby Lobby and find felt thicker than this. This used to be what's in the trunk of an old car. This is it's in the back of an old car. This is literally thicker than the carpet that's in a $50,000 car. Like, what is this? And the other thing too, I always thought these electronics made them more expensive. Now realizing this screen, that screen, integrating everything into screens is actually so much cheaper for the manufacturer. Whether it's making door panels all one piece, so that way if you break this, you got to buy a whole new door panel. So not only are we getting more expensive cars, we're literally getting shrinkflation when it comes to the quality of the car.
New vehicles suck, and there's no ad go by. Those Tacomas are selling for more than brand new ones. That's how bad it's gotten. And I have an insider's perspective because I'm a mechanical engineer who has just worked in the automotive industry, and I've seen it just go downhill. Most of it has to do with the lack of practical engineering and now a huge focus on analytical as well as software, just ruining everything. So one software company controls basically everything. It's really expensive to get a seat to design things, and their software sucks. Simulation is pretty horrible, and that's how everything's designed. We don't test vehicles as long as we used to in the real world. That's now the customer's job. A lot of principles backed by analytics like thermal press fits make their way into real world designs like timing gears being pressed onto crankshafts. It's crazy. New engines starting to knock after a few thousand miles. Multi-speed transmissions failing rather quickly. There's like no practical knowledge left anymore. Electrically, modern cars are scary. There's a computer for everything, like your power seats. There's dozens and dozens of them in a vehicle. They're all connected via CAN bus, which is super touchy to physical damage, noise, external interference. I think in terms of durability, vehicles peaked in the late 90s.
This is how you know you bought a quality car right here. This right here. Keep in mind, this car only has 25,000 miles. It's built in 2020, so it's only really like 4.5 years old. But look at this. Look at the seat bolster. Look at how worn it is. It's already coming apart. Wow. The chrome back here is all starting to peel apart. This car is kept in the garage. As you can tell, like no one sat back here ever. And the chrome is already starting to peel. Oh my. According to Corvette owners, it's super rare because it's one of 750. So, at least it's rare. And it has a manual transmission, which, I mean, you gotta love. But why is it built so poorly? 25,000 miles in 4 years. And it's literally falling apart. Only BMW can. The one good thing is the turnstock looks like it's brand new. You just shouldn't have to look like that. At, what, 25,000 miles? Same thing on the door card. Look at that. Just all ripped up. I mean, it's not like it's being abused. Welcome to BMW. How can we take care of you? No wonder why. They make the car, you gotta replace it in 4 years. Otherwise, imagine this in 10 years. My gosh. It's not gonna look...
I really shouldn't be too surprised by this, but you know, it's one of those things I gotta ask. So I drive a 2025 Chevy Trailblazer, not by choice. I would never ever recommend getting one of these cars. It sucks, it's a piece of shit, and I just don't like newer cars. There's just way too much tech into them and just more problems to happen. Anyways, had an engine light come on the other day, stayed on all day, then eventually went off. I was like, okay. And then came on yesterday, had cruise control on, and then it turned the cruise control off on its own, like, what the hell? And it was off today, took it in, ended up being, it's a speed sensor that's going bad in it. And so I'll take it to the dealership next week and get that fixed. But my thing is, with all the tech that's in these cars now, you would think when an engine light comes on, it would tell you right on the dashboard, self-diagnostic, hey, here's what's going on. Here's the issue. This is why your engine light is on. But no, you still got to take it in for them to check it and all that shit. Maybe they have that option in the like other cars, maybe more expensive cars. I'm not sure, but I don't know why you couldn't just do that in something like this. Just, you know, put on the screen why the engine light's on. But anyways, yeah, that'll be fun to get fixed.
This is exactly the problem. Modern cars are packed with more tech than ever, yet somehow they still can't just tell you what's wrong. You're stuck guessing, driving around with a blinking warning light and zero answers. All that innovation and the most basic feature, actually knowing what's broken, got left behind.
If you have a Kia, literally return it. Don't even get it. Don't even think about it. okay? Because it's not worth it. The Kias are terrible. The Kias are so bad. And I've been in traffic, and my windshield wipers don't work, and I'm staring at my dashboard, and there's a fucking cut in my thing. And it's bothering me. And every place I go is like, oh my gosh, your car is okay. No, it isn't, okay? You had my entire car stripped down to literally the chassis and the frame. The chassis and the frame! My car isn't even a year old! My car will be a year old on this Sunday. It's Friday, okay? I don't even have 7,000 miles on this car. I literally don't have it, okay? I'm sad and I'm sick of being pushed around and telling me that there's nothing wrong with my car, because clearly there's something wrong. Clearly there's something wrong. And Kia Corporate, you suck. You literally suck. Because I've called you so much and nobody can call me back? What is this? This isn't customer care. That's terrible care. It's like I'm in a nursing home and you don't care for me.
I just turned 30, and this is for all the young women in their 20s. Most important piece of advice I could ever give you: do not buy a new car. Don't do it. It is a scam. Don't even buy a new or used car. In fact, don't get a car that's over $25,000 unless you can pay for at least half of it out of pocket. I had a 2020 Subaru Forester Premium with about 80,000 miles on it. Unfortunately, it was totaled. I was paying a disgusting amount of money every month for that car. I just got an email from the car dealership that I bought that Subaru from saying, oh hey, we'd be interested in buying your Subaru. If it has about 90,000 miles and it's in excellent condition, we'll buy it from you for $7,000. 3 years ago, a mere 3 years ago, they sold me that car for $30,000. $30,000, and 3 years later, it's only worth $7,000. Hot girls are smart with their money. They buy reliable brands like Toyota, like Lexus, like Honda. They take care of their cars and they have them forever, and they save a bunch of money. Since my Subaru is totaled, I bought a 13-year-old car. It is a very reliable brand, very reliable model. I've had it for a few months and it has caused me no issues whatsoever. Biggest piece of advice: do your research on the brand. Buy something that you can pretty much afford outright, or at least half at the bare minimum, and save your money. Save your money. Do not buy a new car. That is a scam.
She's not wrong. A car that loses over 75% of its value in just 3 years isn't transportation. It's a financial trap dressed up as a status symbol. And the advice to buy reliable, buy used, and pay in cash? That's not just for young women in their 20s. That's just smart money.
It's sad to say, but these new Toyotas, they're just not as reliable as they used to be. And now with the prices being so much more expensive than they used to be, like this Corolla Cross non-hybrid, $32,500 for the MSRP. I mean, this is just like a bare bones type of car. Yeah, you could say it has like leather seats, but it's really just a bare bones car. But the biggest problem is when you come under the hood here. These new drivetrains just are not it. First off, the CVTs, which we all know, a regular CVT, no bueno, no bueno, no good. Run far, far away. It's not going to last 200,000 miles. And look at the oil, 0W8. That's almost the equivalent to running water. That's how thin the new oil is. And they want you to do a 10,000 mile oil change while running that super thin oil. Do you know that's going to happen when there's any little bit of dirt that builds up in this engine? This thing's going to be toast, like that. And we thought Kia and Hyundais were bad. Why do we have to do this? Tighter tolerances are actually not better when it comes to long intervals that these oil changes are trying to go through. It's like the manufacturers want these cars to break and die on you before you even get the thing paid off.
So it's raining here in South Carolina, and this is the new Wagoneer that we have. Now this is why you never buy a Wagoneer right here. Look at this huge water leak. Look at this. And we have a leak coming from the back too, you can't see here. This car is horribly made.
It's so crazy to me, but I much rather not have a new car like this one than have an old car like this if I could have it brand new. And honestly, I think I would take this. The only thing it really needs is a paint job, and once it had a paint job, it would be stellar. But as nice as this new Mazda CX-50 is, look at this. This is the carpet now in a lot of new cars. A lot of new Toyotas and Hondas have this carpet, if you can call it carpet. This carpet's not even clean, but you can see how thick the pile of carpet is on this 1994 Camry. And it's actually amazing to me, the quality of the interior. This is 31 years old. It sat outside its entire life. Steering wheel is still in perfect shape. It's not sticky. It's not grimy. All the buttons and knobs on the radio don't show any real wear and tear. The only things coming apart are the little pieces of foam inside the airbox. Door panels look pristine. Maybe a tiny bit of cracking up at the top. This is funny. This is sun faded versus that side, which is not. But the seat, I mean, look at the seat. I would take the quality of an old car over a new car any single day.
People are still overpaying for Toyotas and paying that Toyota tax like it's 10 or 20 years ago. Over the years, Toyota has slowly but surely been getting cheaper and cheaper with their parts and build quality. And a lot of the manufacturers have been getting steadily nicer and nicer. But nowadays, you guys, it's not worth paying this increased Toyota tax for a car that has a cheaper, more outdated interior comparatively. People are paying full-size luxury prices for the new 4Runner, paying crazy numbers for RAV4 hybrids. I'm not saying they're bad cars, they're excellent cars, but a lot of the competition has gotten better and Toyota has undeniably gotten cheaper. I understand there's a reason why a 2005 Tacoma with 150,000 miles on it is still $20,000, but that doesn't hold up with the new one.
He's raising a fair point. Toyota built its reputation on being the reliable, no-nonsense choice. But if the competition has caught up while Toyota quietly cut corners, that premium price tag doesn't hold the same weight it used to. Paying luxury money for what's now a mid-tier interior, that's not loyalty, that's just outdated thinking.
Although I am a huge BMW enthusiast, this interior has gone down in quality. What is this? Now, I've spent a lot of time in a lot of G-Series BMWs, and this is a downgrade. This feels like a Mark 7 Jetta. Hey, look at the door panel right here. We have elephant skin, subway cloth, I guess a nice leather, but then back to plastic. Where'd the tweeter go? So if you don't get HK, you don't even get tweeters. The sunroof is nice. It doesn't open. You go over to the dashboard here, it's an abyss. They just like, we designed this, all right, we're good. And I really hate saying all this because I like some parts of this interior, like this cool ambient lighting, like it's like a wall. I like the way how like the light fades away when you go down. I like the gold accents instead of just silver. I like the weird flowing lines throughout the interior. This clear iDrive controller. I like this big angular design here. This is actually one of my favorite elements in the new X3. Then part of that design also works against you because the way to control this AC vent, it's all the way by your knee. Now, looks are objective, so you can do with that as you please. The M50 does look considerably better, but there's one design part I like is this here reminds me of the XM. That's about it. But like, why are we getting rid of the exhaust tips? While you have keyless go in the front, you don't have it in the back. And my dad has a 2018 X3, the previous gen, and it has almost all the things that I'm mentioning in this video. The crazy part is, a lot of the features I mentioned, you can't add on. That's just how the car is. Shame about all this is this seems like a pretty decent car. It's got a B48, it's probably pretty punchy, probably drives good because it's still a BMW. And nowadays they're reliable because they just are. Look it up. Don't just say they aren't. And they kind of just fell short. What do you guys think?
Kia and Hyundais are some of the worst cars to buy new. Actually, scratch that. They're some of the worst cars just to buy in general. This car has 110,000 miles on it, as you can see right there. Already on its second engine. The first one blew up at 60,000 miles, and this one's gone about 50,000 miles. If you think you're saving money by buying a Hyundai or a Kia versus a Toyota or a Honda, you are in fact not saving money. Yes, you can get leather seats. You can get heated seats. You can usually get cooled seats very, very simply. And usually they have very good infotainment systems that are much better than the Toyotas and Hondas. But you're getting a very cheap made car. And at the end of the day, would you rather pay a little bit more for a car you know is going to last you 200,000 miles? or you buy a car that might get you 50, 60,000 miles and it's totally just trash. And good luck getting Kia and Hyundai to warranty stuff. They're very bad at warranty stuff. You can look all over. And lastly, they depreciate so bad.
Guys, if I could de-influence you on anything, do not buy an MG. Like, honestly, do not. One, my transmission failed, so that cost me $9,000 because my warranty wasn't covered because on one of my services, they didn't write a certain thing on there that was supposed to be done, even though it was done. It was just like in the description, it wasn't fine printed what it was done. And then, what else happened? Oh, and now today my car keeps making this rattling sound, and my driving shaft or something is my bushes is broken, but I need to replace the whole thing, and that's not going to be covered under warranty now because I did my transmission not through MG, even though I had no car for 3 months and everything because they wouldn't cover it. So that's going to cost me another $2,700. So I've spent $40,000 on this car, another $9,000 for my transmission, and now I will have to spend another $2,700 for that. And also my car was leaking, like it was like this much underwater the other day, and then the mechanic just fixed that because in my sunroof is leaking. So yeah, like they're beautiful. The car is lovely, like quite a nice car, whatever. But yeah, don't buy one. It will, what's that, like $50,000 on a car that is a piece of shit and it's not even 5 years old.
This is a masterclass in death by 1,000 cuts. A failed transmission over a paperwork technicality, a leaking sunroof, broken bushings, none of it covered. All of it stacking up to nearly $50,000 on a car that's not even 5 years old. When the warranty finds a loophole for everything, that's not bad luck, that's a pattern. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this one, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. This has been Flop Gear.